on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to achieve the desired success, Krishna Prema. Once again, I thank everyone for joining the Bhakti Sangha conference call today. Let us move to our next session, which is Srimad Bhagavatam class. May I know who all have joined the class this morning?
Hare Krishna, Vandana Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. This is Kakar Krishnadas from Chennai. Nice to have me joined in your group, Bhakti Sangha. Thank you to all the devotees assembled. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Shukar Krishna Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhu. Thank you so much for joining every day and making inspire Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Shri Guru and Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashamati Priya Devi Dasi from Chicago.
Hare Krishna, Yashamati Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Mataji.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Vandana Mataji, all wish Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj is my humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devi Dasi from Raleigh.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Kumari Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Yeah, please go ahead, Mataji.
Go ahead, beta.
Yeah. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Dandavat Pranams. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and the assembled devotees. This is Revati from Atlanta, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Rayati Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Vardhana Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. This is Radha Pyari from Baltimore.
Hare Krishna, Radha Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna, Vrinda Gopika Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Krishna Mataji, Koti Koti Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev Puja Gopinath.
Hare Krishna, Vardhana Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Vardhana Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances unto you and all of the devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. This is Ekaradika Leela Devidasi from Iowa.
Hare Krishna, Ekaradika Leela Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada, Jai Shri Guru Maharaj. This is Radha Raman Das from Delaware.
Hare Krishna, Radha Raman Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna. Is anybody else would like to introduce themselves?
Hare Krishna, Vardhana Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. All glories to all the assembled devotees on the call. This is Harita from Missouri City, Texas, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Harita Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna. Mataji, I think Prabhuji is on the call. Can we start recording, Mataji?
Sure, Mataji, sure. I did not see. Oh, okay. One second, Mataji. Let me see. Prabhuji, I did not see him.
Oh.
Okay. I saw him. Give me a minute, Mataji. Giving you a host. Yeah, record to the cloud. Okay. Yeah.
Welcoming to the Bhakti Sangha conference call. Today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Samik Rishi Prabhuji. Prabhuji is going to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam 7th Canto, chapter 3 and verse number 36. Before going to the class, I'll hand over the call to Sureshwar Shyam Prabhu to give brief introduction of His Grace Samik Rishi Prabhuji. Prabhuji, please take over the call. Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Here is a brief introduction about Prabhuji. His Grace Samik Rishi Prabhu is a disciple of Srila Prabhupada. Being a doctor by profession, Prabhuji has done immense services to the devotee community and served the society by donating for lots of projects. For example, he donated the DTs in Philadelphia temple and he had made 3,000 temple units that serve as an altar in the villages. Prabhuji also served as the temple president of ISKCON New Jersey for 15 years. Recently, Prabhuji has helped in building Radha Gopinath Mandir in Khargaon, Madhya Pradesh, and a community for devotees to live around it. Prabhuji is known for his simplicity and humility. He is now an initiating guru in ISKCON. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Back to you, Mataji.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, all goes to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for giving your valuable time and association to us this morning and enlightening on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. I'll hand over the call to you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji and Hare Krishna, all the devotees who are assembled for this meeting this evening. So reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 3, text number 36. 37 and 38 are the last verses. So let us just see. So let us do some prayers. Om Agyantimirandhasya Jnananjana Chakshurumilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Nama Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Sadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Sha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Namo Mahavadannaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratushe Nama Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Krapa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Deshatarine Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. So Hiranyakashipu's plan to become immortal. And so in the world, many people, they want to become immortal. But there is no such clue other than taking to Krishna consciousness and going back home, back to Godhead. So this title itself teaches us that neither Hiranyakashipu, nor Ravan, nor anyone else in the material world, and materialistically that he could become immortal. Only immortality or nectar, even if the demigods, they drank all the nectar after churning the milk ocean, but they did not become immortal. They could remain for a long time healthy, but the real immortality is to go back home, back to Godhead. So just a little bit background about this chapter or about this, that Hiranyakashipu, his desire, like he is doing a lot of austerity. And so he's desiring that he should have a free from old age, death, deathless, without any arrival, unconquerable, that nobody can conquer him. So that was his desire. And he did a lot of austerity in the Mandara mountain. And he was standing on his toes, keeping arms upward and looking towards the sky. There's a neck bent on the backside. It is a very difficult position. He's standing on the tip of the toes, like Krishna lifted the golden hill on the tip of the little finger, left hand's little fingertip of the nail. So he was also standing on the toes. And then it's the effect of this austerity that there was fire was emanating from his head, spreading everywhere and heated up the whole all planetary system. The globe was trembling, and because of that, demigods they appealed to the Lord Brahma that please stop this kind of disturbances, and then he comes when Brahmaji comes to pacify him. So Hiranyakashipu's plan was to occupy the post of Brahma and reverse the established dharma in the world. So please, so demigods are saying that please take suitable action, and Brahma goes to Lord Brahma gives benedictions to Hiranyakashipu. He goes to Hiranyakashipu, appreciates his determination, and promises to offer him boons. So Brahma enlivens the emaciated body of the Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu offers obeisances and glorifies Brahma. Then Hiranyakashipu asks benediction from Lord Brahma. So that is his benediction that we are reading today. So we'll read it verse number 36. नान्तर बहिर्दिवा नक्तम् अन्यस्मादपि चायुधैः न भूमौ नाम्बरे मृत्युर् न नरैर्न मृगैरपि. Is trying to cover him from all sides, up, down, left, right, up, sideways, and anywhere. So he's asking the translation purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Grant me that I not die within any residence, means not inside the house or outside any residence, during the daytime or night time. But he forgot that there is a twilight time, or in between there is a sandhi, like Trikal Sandhya. So during the daytime or night time, nor on the ground or in the sky. Grant me that my death not be brought by any being other than those created by you. Means not only all the humans and all the living beings, but he's asking that not being means it is he's asking Brahmaji that somebody that you have not created, means divine personalities or demigods or even the they cannot kill him other than the created by Brahma, nor by any weapon, nor by any human being or animals. So purport, Hiranyakashipu was very much afraid of Vishnu becoming an animal. So he wanted that not created by you or any animals or human beings or any living being cannot kill him. But Lord Narasimha Deva is not a human being. And his face was like half means lion and the bodies of the human being. So in that way, he covered all these boons that he asked. There are many more boons that are coming in the next couple of verses, but very much afraid of Vishnu becoming an animal to kill him because his brother had been killed by Vishnu, by Varahadev, when the Lord took the shape of a boar. He was therefore very careful to guard against all kinds of animals. But even without taking the shape of an animal, Vishnu could kill him by hurling his Sudarshan Chakra. That is not animal, but it's not a weapon, it's a celestial, he is a living being, chakra that we worship him. So he is not a material chakra, he is a spiritual personality, which can go anywhere without the Lord's physical presence. Therefore, Hiranyakashipu, just like Durvasa Muni had, the chakra was going behind him all the time, to every planet, even to the Vishnu Loka, he went there. But until he took shelter of Ambarish Maharaj. So therefore, Durvasa Muni and Chakra was going to Durvasa Muni. Hiranyakashipu was careful to guard against all kinds of weapons. He guarded against all kinds of time, space, countries, because he was afraid of being killed by someone else in another land. There are many other planets, higher and lower, and therefore he prayed for the benediction of not being killed by any resident of any of these planets. There are three original deities, Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwar. Hiranyakashipu knew that Brahma would not kill him because he is the one who is giving him the benediction to become immortal. But he also wanted not to be killed by Lord Vishnu or Lord Shiva. One may ask that that Narasimha is Vishnu, but but his body is not original Vishnu. He has half man, half lion, and that's why he could kill him. But he also wanted not to be killed by Lord Vishnu or Lord Shiva. Consequently, he prayed for such a benediction. Thus, Hiranyakashipu thought himself securely protected from all kind of death caused by any living entity within this universe. He also carefully guarded against natural death, which might take place within his house or outside of the house. So, the plan was to become immortal. And there are many in the history of Srimad Bhagavatam, we hear that Ravan had the similar plan, that I could rule, I could make the steps to the Swargaloka, I could win, because he was a very lusty man. And this Hiranyakashipu, he was very envious, he was like an enemy of Lord Vishnu, because his brother was killed by Vishnu in the form of Varaha, or boar incarnation. So he was killed like this. So he wanted to be not only like to kill him, that was his enemy. So Ravan also has become enemy because he kidnapped Mother Sita and wanted to fight. He thought that he could just Vanar and human being, they are his natural food. So he asked the benediction, you know that Ravan asked the benediction when he worshipped Lord Shiva, cutting off his 10 heads and lifting the whole mountain. But Lord Shiva gave him the benediction, but he could not be protected. So this also shows that worshipping, you could give all the respect, and demigod you could, but really our real devotion should be to Krishna, or expansion from Krishna, like Lord Ram or Vara. So many devotees, they worship either Durga, many devotees, demons, not devotees, demons, and Ravan, even Kumbhakarna was also killed. Ravan, whatever that he tried, he asked, but he could not be protected. He was very intelligent man. He knew all the shastras and all the scriptures, but still he did not use it, because the scripture clearly says that he was kidnapping like other wives or any woman, or exploiting his strength is not proper. Nowadays in this world, so many things like this, kidnapping or stealing, or that is happening to someone else, wife or woman, or so this is so much immorality, so much demonic nature, and these asuras, they do that. And just one mother Sita, the Lakshmi and Narayan should be together, but he wanted to enjoy Lakshmi without Narayan. That is Ravan's propensity. And nowadays, everybody worship Lakshmi, but not Narayan. At this Diwali time, they worship Lakshmi Pujan on the Diwali day, but they are not worshipping Narayan or Krishna at that time. And that's why they are doomed. Their money is wasted in so many other things. They become, so Kumbhakarna also, like, he didn't ask me, rather than to be protected, he says, let me have a sleep for 6 months. So they do so much austerity to worship demigods, get so many boons from them, just like Brakasur. Brakasur, he worshipped Lord Shiva by cutting his neck, and that he was offering, because Lord Shiva would not appear so soon. He was putting his flesh in the fire. And then when Lord Shiva did not come, then he started to cut his neck. That is, let me sacrifice my neck. Then Lord Shiva immediately appeared from the Shivlinga and asked him that, what do you want? Why do you do such austerity? Or so he asked something, what do you want? With whomever head I put my head, he will get burst and get burned to become ashes. And then he saw Parvati nearby, and he thought, let me enjoy and let me kill Lord Shiva. So this is the demonic nature, that to whom you are worshipping, you want to kill them. So Lord Shiva is running here and there, and ultimately Lord Krishna came in the form of a brahmachari, and then tried to talk a very, very sweet language. Who would not be attracted? Krishna means all attractive. So this Prakasur also become attracted. He says, dance like this. And he asked him that son of Sakuni, not this Sakuni in Mahabharata, Pandava's time, in Mahabharata, but different Sakuni. O son of Sakuni, how do you believe on Shiva's words? He's a Ganjeti, he's intoxicant, he just lives in crematorium. Don't believe him. Why don't you test? And his voice was so sweet, and so he tested and put his hand on his own head and got burned to ashes. So this is the way of the demonic nature. And so there are many demons that we see, anarthas, and so there are many demons who have, so we could just like Putna, like a Dhongi guru, impostor guru, and then how this Putna came in a disguise. Means he was making just a very beautiful woman like Lakshmi, and they allowed her to go inside and pick up Krishna. And so Krishna not only sucked his breast, but also the poison and the breast, and he sucked his life air also. And she died and became. So like this, there are impostor gurus who come disguised as that I'm a Jain guru, I could give this and this mantra, and there are many in India and all over that they post themselves as a very advanced personality, but it is all make up things. Tranavat, that mithya ahankar, false pride, and so he came that it's just he promised to Kansa that I could fly him anywhere in the sky and throw him from there and he will die. So he did that. But when he took Lord Krishna, Krishna became so heavy, he wanted to have a ride. Krishna likes to have all kinds of rasas. His raso vaisa rasam evayam dabda anandi bhavati. So he wanted to enjoy all kinds of rasas. So in this way, this rasa is climbing up. Means he was seeing the birds going up. So Krishna is an innocent child. And see, that does not mean that he is the Supreme Lord. Then he wanted to take a flight. He went up on this, and then he knew that he is a demon, but he did not protest. He became so heavy that Yashoda Mai put him down. And then there was so much babandara, so much air, a tornado kind of things, and then he took him up, and then they went very high up. Then Krishna became very heavy. He wanted to throw him down, but he was holding the neck of the Tranavarta. And Tranavarta, Babandar, Tranavarta could not get his hands out. And then because of the heaviness, and then his life air was gone because the trachea was constructed by the hands of the Lord Krishna. Although Krishna is saying very small, but he could change at any time. He does not even have to show the changes. By his Ichha Shakti, by his desire, only things happen. So he fell down and he was just lying on separately on his chest, and the demon was gone. So like this, there are many. So that intelligence or whatever, Hiranyakashipu was giving lessons to his mother and about how the life is very short and one should not do, but he himself is acting in this way, became an enemy of his devoted child, and Narsingadev had to appear to kill him. So even in spite of asking all the beings, nobody has become immortal. Everybody is seeing that there is no immortality anywhere, and everybody one who has taken birth has to die. But he thought that I could become immortal. And same thing, everybody is thinking they hold so many things, they give trouble to so many people. Either they think that at death everything is finished, that is the atheistic philosophy, or even if they expect that when they accept that there is a death and then I have to take another, but they think that I will either never die. That is the Yudhishthira Maharaj's answer to the question, what is the most amazing thing? They see death everywhere around, but he would not die. And then until death, they want to enjoy material things. So that is so one should take that they are not the body, they are the spirit soul, and they have to, and the soul's real position. We are just in a bridge, or we are just traveling, we are travelers. from one place to another, one planet to another. But our real aim in the human life, that is to go back home, back to God. It is loving devotional service. Or even if they come with Krishna, like they are Nitya Baddha and Nitya Mukta. So Nitya Mukta people, they don't come down, they remain in the spiritual kingdom all the time. But when Krishna comes, they could descend with him to help him in his Leela, like Jay and Vijay came. Krishna wanted to fight. So in this way, like all the Pandavas, they came and to assist Lord Krishna in his pastimes, and then they took the gambling, and that is to see that this gambling match and all these things is very, very dangerous. Ravan was destroyed when he was not following Sita. He brought, but not worshipping the Lord Vishnu. Then his whole dynasty died. But on the other hand, Hanumanji served him. So we are all meant to serve Krishna. Gopi Bhartur Padakamalayur Dasa Dasanudasa. So that is our real position. But rather than saying Dasta, we really become slave of our own senses. Rather than master of the senses, Goswami, we become Godas, or slave of our senses. Are like this, like 6 women with are pulling different arms, different limbs, and that man is very much bewildered. So there are Shad different ripus, and all these demons in Krishna's place. They represent certain anarthas. And so anarthas. So like Shaktasur, he had bad habits, and then just like the cart is filled with so many things, so his body was filled with so many things. So to keep so much weight on their body, means so many things, so many ambitions, so many houses filled with so many things. Like somebody may have 200 pairs of shoes or so many clothing, and it is like a burden. And he was very lazy and mandamatayo. So naturally, the Shaktasura, so Krishna just put his leg like he was lying underneath this cart in a cradle, and then he just raised his leg and hit that, and then this whole filled with the pot, all this chakra or cart, they crushed down and everything. But Krishna was saved, nothing happened. So Nal Kubera or Manigriv, they were with the wealth, and although they are not demons, but still a kind of their action is like demons. And so he was with so much opulence. His father is the Kuver, Nal Kubera Manigriv, and Dhanadhyaksha, Koshadhyaksha of all the demigods. So they were enjoying sex life with so many apsaras. And then they had to come as a tree, but because Narad Muni gave them this sharp curse that you become trees, but they become, when they paid obeisances, and then he gave that you become the trees in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj. So before even Krishna was born, they were watching all this Krishna's leelas from the very beginning. That's really a big benediction that one cannot see when Krishna face to face after millions of years of austerities and meditation and worshipping and temple worship are so many yagyas, but they could see it. So that way, if you come across some saintly person like Narad Muni and get blessed by them, even if it is a curse, but that is much more beneficial rather than like doing so many austerity and not be able to see Krishna. Because we do with half mind, and our still imagination is there that I could enjoy the material world. So this enjoyment propensities should be given up. Our enjoyment should be in Krishna consciousness. We should have a connection with Krishna and serve him wholeheartedly. Whatever, if you have money, you could build temples. You could not only temples, you could print books. Prabhupada wanted that if there is any money, print books. Bring people, distribute prasadam. Prabhupada wanted that 10, quite a long, he said 10 miles away from the temple, nobody should remain hungry. Prabhupada's father would, before eating, he will go out and call out, if there is anybody hungry, please come. So that is the real human culture, that is the real Sanatan Dharma, and but people have become very, very selfish. And other than them, extended selfishness. They think that they are body and giving sense enjoyment to the body is the best thing. So, so extended selfishness means children, home, wife, family, parents, society, then maybe their own state or country or Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, whole Sudha, but not only they even whole universe that you may be, but still it is extended selfishness. And so rather than this, we should think that I am not only think, we should definitely know that we are the spirit soul part of Krishna. And in relation to Krishna, you could serve. You could serve the community, everything, but in relation to Krishna, that they are part of Krishna, our children are part of Krishna, and I should serve them and make them Krishna conscious devotees. Vatsasur, he was like a little child. So Vatsasur, like a small calf. A small calf was there, and it gives greediness. He was very greediness, and then he wanted to do some mischief activity with Krishna. Then he was killed. Bakasur, that was his Bagula, and then he was very much proud of his. He will pick up. He said that I will pick up in my beak, and very sharp beak, very long and sharp beak. But Krishna, and then he picked up Krishna. Then Krishna went inside his mouth and then choked him. He became such a hard rod, like a heart. He had to put him down, but because of that hardness and choked, he could not breathe and he died. So Bagula and Agahasu, he was very, very cruel and hinsak. And then he could not see the play of Lord Krishna playing with his children, and he could not see that. And then he became so much big mouth that all the children, they went inside, and all the calves, they went inside, and when they saw that Krishna saw nobody is there, then he also entered. And then he also choked, he increased his body, and in the throat he became so big and so hot that this demon Agasu, he died. So he was a very, very cruel and hinsak, killing anyone. Although Brahma Viman Leela is not a, but how you understand that he was thinking in his mind that he could test Krishna and he could put some conditions on Krishna. So rather than praying and rather than submitting, he was trying to test that whether he is a real God or not. He heard that his boss, Krishna, has appeared, but he would not believe that, and he wanted to test Krishna. That is monokalpit vidvata, in the mind that he thinks that he could test. So one should never try to test superiors, but particularly the Supreme Lord. This Gadha Dhenukasur, he become Bhautikvadi without having any knowledge of our identity as that we are spiritual beings, Adhyatmikta. Kalya, so there were devotees who were worshipping or who were very, very advanced devotees and on the high mountain. But there were two, and then one they will start fighting, shouting at each other, and for just this is my room, or this is my kuti, or this is my in the tree I will hang my clothing, and because of that, so one was acting as a acting as a snake. So he was cursed that you become a snake, like he became Kalyana. And the others, they said that you are speaking like a crow, you become a crow. But both in crow life are this Ajgar or Kalya. Then they saw Krishna, and Krishna even danced, that even Brahma and Shiva do not get that chance because they are devotees. So any devotional service in your previous life, whatever you have done, you get the result. Like this Gajendra, he was a devotee, but somehow they are fighting. So they also become Gajendra and then crocodile. Both were devotees in their past lives. And because they were fighting, they become in this way. But he could remember his past duty. So Swalpam api asya dharmasya trayate mahatmaya. Even if you do a little bit devotional service, then greatest danger of death or falling down into lower species of life is gone. You take birth either in a devotee family or in a very rich aristocratic family. So its price is very little to get out of this cycle of birth and death. These Pandavas, although they are Nitya Mukta Jivas, but they came to assist Krishna, but they were going through so many trouble also. But trouble there, it is like acting on behalf of Krishna, just like a uh, villain and the actor, they act on direction of the director of the movie. So they were acting for Krishna, and so they could play with Krishna. Krishna was driving their chariot of Arjun, and he became part of their family members, which is very, very rare. He was like my friend Draupadi is like sister of Krishna. So in this way, uh, they showed so many importance. Like there was just a tulsi leaf was left over in a pot of Surya Dev. So Krishna just took it by satisfying Krishna. Then whole 10,000 disciples they become satisfied. So we learn many things from the Krishna's pastimes and apply in our life, and then we could be liberated. This is Krishna's mercy that he wants to play and he wants to play with him, play of the Supreme Lord. So he wants to play with him, come back to his own original abode. But original abode are in the material world. In original abode, there is no this. See, Krishna can get in the Golok Vrindavan, like he has. Sakyaras or even not Vatsalyaras, more so Sakyaras are one who is servitorship, Dasaras, but the other Vatsalyaras and Madhuraras is very little because Vatsalyaras he has parents all the time, but he comes as a child and has become dependent on his parents, Yashoda Mai, and he get so much Ananda. He's made of Ananda himself, not just Ras, but he is made of Ananda, and we are all looking for Ananda. And Ananda cannot be obtained unless we connect with Krishna. If people could not understand this much, that we cannot enjoy without Krishna. We have to have a connection with Krishna. In our body, there is soul, but soul cannot do anything. Is without he cannot do. But there is super soul, and we have to look towards super soul. He is waiting. He is going with us everywhere, and he is waiting that when he will turn to me. We are eating sweet and bitter fruits of the material tree. So and then trying to enjoy, but nobody can enjoy. But if we once look towards the super soul, then he will give us all the benediction and we will be free from this material entanglement. So Kalia, as I said, that he could see, and then Krishna danced on him and he tried to wrap him up, but Krishna somehow danced, and then he removed all the poison. Then he ordered him to go to because they were originally in the Ramnak Dweep, and in Ramnak Dweep, this Krishna's Vahan, Garud, would come and eat the fishes. That is his natural fish. That is his natural fish. But then he was afraid. So he came to a Hrad, that is Kalya Hrad in the Yamuna, because that was cursed by this Hrad was that there were devotees were there. They were Shalagram Shila and it was that Garud cannot come to this place because Garudji would eat fishes, and in Yamuna where Shaubhari Muni was doing underneath the water, doing some meditation, but he saw because he did Vaishnava Aparadh to Garud. Garud did not do anything, but Garud was taking his normal course, his fish he eats. He's a non-vegetarian. He took fish, and then so he got disturbed and cursed him that you cannot come, otherwise you will die. So that lake, that Kalia went there, he knew that things, but because of his Vaishnava Aparadh to Garud is naturally is a carrier for Lord Vishnu, and he is a Vaishnava, and so he was cursed that you cannot come, and that's why his meditation was disturbed. He married to 50 girls from Mandhata and married to them, and after a long time then he came to his senses. So better that we come to our senses now. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, just 515, 20 years, and he came. So we should take advantage of our time period. Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada came. We have all the philosophy. Many people are taking. There is the association of devotees. So with all the paraphernalia to become a pure devotee, why not to take advantage of that situation and go back home rather than waiting that, oh, when I will get old, then you will never be able to chant in the old age. So the best practice is chanting and remembering him and every step, taking full Sharanagati. And so by coming to the temple, you get all the 5 steps of Krishna consciousness that you chant, you hear Srimad Bhagavatam, then you have devotee association, you take prasad, there is deities in the temple. So everything that is that should be done, that is the topmost or last items of 80 out of 64 items, the last 5 items that you could fulfill staying in a dham. So even any temple where there is the regular worship and chanting and there are devotees, that is a dham. Not that everybody. Prabhupada wrote on this Srimad Bhagavatam commentary also that any temple itself is a dham, because Krishna's is glorified, Krishna's name chanting is there, the devotees are there, so everything we get, prasad is there. So Kalia, then there was a demon who was like fire. So Krishna drank that fire, Agni Kashaman. So this happens because we become fighting among ourselves, among the devotees itself also. That should not be happening. Pralambasu, Vyaktigat Pratishtha, or love, with profit, adoration, distinction. This Pralamba. And then there was another fire that happened. Agni. 2 times there was fire in the forest. One is when they killed Kalia, and then they were so much tired and so much in love with Krishna, so they slept there. But then the fire came and surrounded. But then Krishna drank that fire. Another time there was a fire in the forest when Krishna was grazing the cows. So Gnostic people, they don't think that this is Krishna. They think the people who are non-believer, then and there are different siddhantas. So they are like second fire, forest fire. Yagi Brahmanas, they were saying that we are following all the Varnashram Dharma. But Varnashram Dharma is really, if you follow, you go to the heavenly planets, but not, it is not a devotional service. Varnashram Dharma means Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Brahmacharya, Grasthavan, Prasthan, Sannyas, Grasthasham, somewhere Grasthasham is glorified, somewhere Brahmacharya, Sannyas is glorified. But only Grasthas, that they could have out of all these 8, only Varnashram Dharma people. Can you hear well? All right. So Varnashram Dharma people, they support all other society members, and they could have some concession is there for sense enjoyment. This is dharma, artha, kam, moksha. So some part of kam that they could have, but it is within dharmic principles, not without the dharmic principles. So Yagic Brahman would think that they were proud of their yagyas, but their wives, they understood the clear meaning that it is yagya is for to satisfy Krishna. And when Krishna is hungry, they took so many bhogas that was to be offered after the yagya. They took it and all offered to Krishna. And Krishna became very satisfied. And then the Yagya Brahman felt very repentance. And they did not go, they did not stop their yagya, and they threw away friends of Krishna that you cannot come. You have to wait for a long period of time and yagya is finished. Their wives, when they knew about Krishna, because they heard about Krishna, and sincerely they have feeling. So when they heard from different people about Krishna's activity, they become very much attached to Krishna. And by all the cooking that they took it and gave it to Krishna. So Yagi Brahmanas, they were very proudy. And Indra, there are many people, they think that I am the Param Bhagwan. Who are these Gwalas who is stopping my worshipping? And then he wanted to destroy all the whole Vrindavan, including Krishna and all the cowherd boys and small little calves and cows, everyone. But because he brought together everybody underneath the Gordon hill, so Krishna was satisfied, and he was. But when Brahma came, Brahma took away his devotees from him, his friends from him, and put him in the cave, and he turned himself into so many. So he did not listen to Brahma, did not say a word from Brahma. And later on, Brahma went to Dwarka and to see Krishna pay his when it is the Dwarka Lila. And then he thought that he is the only one Brahma. There is no others. He is the only one in charge. Then Krishna showed him many-headed Brahmas. 1 million headed Brahmas even. So this Varun's people, they took Nanda Maharaj in the lake in Varun's place because he was taking bath. But so they were thinking, his devotees were thinking, because they had somras and others, so that drinking or taking intoxicant, they lift your spiritual when like they sometimes the Shaivite they take bhang, ganja, and they think that they will be lifted spiritually, but that is not true. It is nowhere like such thing, but people they follow in that way. That is a real meditation, a real uplifting and Krishna consciousness. Taking any kind of intoxicants is not a spiritual activity. There was Mayavadis, they took this real truth, Krishna Bhakti. So this one Python, he was following Nanda Maharaj and he was protected by Krishna. This Sankhachud. So on the name of Bhakti, people do some bhoga. They try to enjoy material things. These two things goes together, do not go together. Spiritual life and material life. Enjoying the senses. Senses can be enjoyed by giving enjoyment to Krishna, and then his mercy you take it, but not otherwise, not directly. But Shankachur wanted to do that. This Aristasur, he came as a bull, and it is like a dhokabaj. Dhokabaj means just deceiving someone else, and very proudy. And then he was killed by Krishna. This Kesi demon. So in this way, we are remembering Krishna's pastimes in Vraj, and but this is all came after this Hiranyakashipu and how he was trying to kill Prahlad Maharaj and trying to negate it. He is the supreme God. Worship me, not to So he wanted to so sharpen. Then many people they become like they are worshipped like God, Bhagwan. So many Bhagwans are created every day somewhere on the earth because they show some gymnastic. But one should not be accepting their truth. The truth is in the Bhagavad pages of Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, or Sadhu Shastra Guru. That should be. So Keshi demon, he came in the form of a horse. And Vyomasu, he came in the form of Vyomasur, like a sky. Vyom means a sky. He came, he was a thief, and he was stealing all the boys and putting in some place, and thinking that I will collect everyone and kill them. But Krishna understood and he killed this Vyomasur. In this way, we see that like Hiranyakashipu, there are many people who try to get boons from the Supreme Lord and want to remain here eternally and enjoy everything and take the position of Krishna. So Krishna is Krishna. Krishna is the Supreme God. We cannot take his position. So a little bit about his characteristics of this and how about Prahlad Maharaj and So one has to recognize who is a devotee, who is a demon, and how. So Hiranyakashipu still. So these material desires, like a blind man is looking. So material desires, guided by another blind man, miss the right path. So we have to have a pure devotee who is giving you the instruction. They all fall into a ditch. The person who are strongly entrapped by material life and who have accepted a leader or guru attached to external sense objects cannot understand the goal of life. If one continuously sprinkles drops of ghee on a fire, the fire will not be extinguished. But if suddenly a lump of ghee on a fire, that fire may possibly be extinguished entirely. So those who are too sinful are allowed to enjoy sinful activities fully. Now you may say, why the Shastra is saying that you enjoy? Because they will realize that there is no truth. Just like Maharaj Yayati, he married to Devyani and Sharmishta. Then he was completely tired and he took the youth of his Puru, his youngest son. He gave him the youth, but he was never satisfied. So senses you cannot satisfy by any amount of sense enjoyment. They have to be completely finished in, and then one should not remain idle. Idle mind is devil's workshop. So if idle, so you do certain services. So we are like, our mind is like a genie coming out of the lamp, and then they need all the engagements. If there is no engagement, they devour or do all kinds of nonsense. So we should keep ourselves engaged, busy in Krishna conscious activity, in mostly in chanting, reading scriptures, discussing all those things. So those who are too sinful, then Krishna allows them to enjoy fully activity. So there is a chance that this activity will become detestful. At the end, there would be detest, and then they will get the opportunity to be purified. Just like a silk worm, which views a cocoon in which it becomes imprisoned. Similarly, the attached householder, simply for the satisfaction of his genitals and tongue, is bound by mortal condition. Shishnodar, it's a whole house is like Maithunagar. Maithunagar. Agar means a house, you may say, and it is a house of sex life. So shackles, that is become shackle. So Hiranyakashipu, Hiranya means gold, and Kashipu means a soft bed, soft woman. They want to enjoy all these things. That is Hiranyakashipu. So his name was appropriate. Same thing, Ajamil. Aja means a prostitute, and one who is around prostitute is Ajamil. So his name, we should give the name around Krishna rather than this kind of names that keeps you in the material world. There are many. So material life that Hiranyakashipu want to enjoy, that is the materialism, is forgetfulness of our real identity, that we are part of Krishna. Jivera Surupa Krishna Nitya Das, Gopi Bhartur Pada Kamalayor Das Dasano Das. So it brings our misery. Conditional soul forgets his self-interest, his eternal relationship with Krishna due to bodily identification. Attracted by the varieties of material world, he suffers. Then the enlarged Maya also created by them who are in the material conception of life that distinguishes people as friends and enemies. Material life is like a blind well, and then there is a blind well means there was a blind well. One man got trapped up. He fell into that, but he got stuck in between with a vine. Then he was wrapped up in the vine, but he saw that above there is a lion. Downstairs there were so many snakes were there on the blind well, and then from top there was little like white and black, red. They are cutting that vine also that he was there, and but there was a honey comb with honey. Then a little bit honey was dripping, and he thought he is enjoying. So our material life is like this condition, so precarious condition. But so we should really think that how I could get out of this rather than getting enjoyment in the material world. So how to let go of materialism? How we could get is so we have to perform bhakti is the only way. Bhaktya mam abhijanati yaman yasyasmi tattva tattva mam tattva gyatva vishate tat anantaram. So we should not use pashu buddhi, that enjoyment. That pashu, they go on instinct. Whatever mind takes, they do it. But human life is meant for higher purpose to understand about Krishna and our real life. So, but because happiness of the senses, you get it anyway. So why to spend our time in finding the happiness of the senses? One need not endeavor for it separately. It is better to utilize one's human life to perform bhakti by keeping aloof from the association of demons, just like and taking shelter. Like there were many demons who were associated with Hiranyakashipu. They were all demons. They were trying to kill Prahlad, a devoted child. One should take shelter of Narayan and pray to him. Then one can be liberated from this material bondage. Many people, they have material intelligence, polluted intelligence, entangles the jiva in material life. And because of the three modes of material nature, we should Naistharegunya Vishya Naistharegunya Bhavarjuna, that you free yourself from all these three gunas and raise above the even mode of goodness. And we should try to learn this negative effect of material life. We should read, we should listen to the lectures by real Vaishnavas, and they will tell you that how this material life is very, very dangerous. So we should not have any kind of material desires. We should have desires to please Krishna, to serve his devotees. That should be the desire. One should give up even the desire for prestige, money, which is the cause of lamentation, illusion, fear, anger, attachment, poverty, unnecessary labor. By hearing about Krishna is a good association. You are associating with Bhagavad. And we read about Krishna more and more. He comes to do Tava Katha Muratam just by Tapta Jivanam, that we are suffering in this material world. And if we could get out of this, that is by Krishna conscious practice and hearing Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhagavad Gita, and so many other literatures. So we should constantly hear about Krishna, constantly serve Krishna, and even Krishna's activity you are serving. Like you are building a temple. So it is not you may not think that it is a sand, it is a cement, and it is iron and saria and all this that we are, but it is, if you meditate even on that, arc to please Krishna, that is a devotional service. Any activity done for Krishna is devotional service. And we should be cultivating satisfaction by giving up greed for material things. So this lust, the dynamics, lust is the seed of material existence, and it is a 6 anarthas that we read about. Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad and Matsarya all have their proper use, but you could use it for Krishna. Like we should become envious of Krishna's enemies, envious of that we do sinful activity, we should become. So everything like Hanumanji used his krodh, anger on Ravan's place and killing of them. Even great devotees think that they are under the influence of lust. Prahlad says, my dear Lord, my mind is extremely sinful and lusty. So lust, they want to just say that. Why they are saying that his mind is lusty, but lust should be used for, means greed should be for Krishna, to obtain Krishna, to have the vision of Krishna, to see his devotees. So how one can get liberation from the lust? So this direct, we should be absorbed. Parikya and Swakya Bhav. Parikya Bhav, Krishna is showing only that Parikya Bhav is in this material world. So Krishna come to release that. Krishna comes, although Radharani is the eternal consort of Krishna and all the gopis, but in the material world, he comes and shows, he gets married to Radharani, to Abhimanyu, but that marriage, he never touched her, he never had any relation, but they keep it that way. Krishna can enjoy Parikiyaras, but that is abominable for us in the material world. We are not Krishna, but otherwise for Krishna it is appropriate. He comes to the material world to enjoy his childhood pastime, Vatsalya Ras and Parikiya Ras. Vatsalya Ras, Shangar Ras, but in Shangar Ras there is Swakiya and Parikiya. So he enjoys this Parikiya Ras. And there is another is that separation. Like Radharani was separated from Krishna for almost 100 years. But then there is more and more attachment. Even Yuga Ikam Niveshena Chakshusha Pravashaitam. Even just a few, just by closing the eye, the gopis are like telling Brahma that you do not know, you are foolish. Why did you make the lids that has to be covered? In this way, so you could get free from by proper yoga, devotional yoga. You should be absorbed in great attention towards the Lord. Yeah, so where the absorption should be on the and service has to be there. Service has to be there. So Hiranyakashipu had 4 wonderful, well-qualified sons, of whom the one named Prahlad was the best. His wife, Hiranyakashipu's wife, was Kayadu. She was a devotee, and Hiranyakashipu was simply interested in gold and sense enjoyment. The word Hiranya means gold, and Kashipu means soft cushions and beddings on which people enjoy sense gratification. And the association of Lord Vishnu, Jai and Vijay, had descended to the material world to serve the Lord by fulfilling his desire to fight. So they are fulfilling. So we should all be there to fulfill Krishna's desire. We may think that don't you just see these people uh, serve so many humanities, but if you are serving for Krishna like that, they understand, but not that serving country and anything is devotional. Devotion is to Krishna, and then on name of Krishna or on behalf of Krishna you could serve his people, but not otherwise. Service to humanity, service to God, but that is not correct. Service to God is service to humanity. So this Jai Vijay came on 3 births to serve Krishna, and Hiranyakashipu accused the Lord of being partial to the demigods because the demigods worshipped him. Hiranyakashipu thought that the Lord can change his mind at any time, and therefore his words and activities are like those of children. He wanted to offer blood of Vishnu, to please his brother Hiranyaksh. He had many demonic plans and knowledgeable but demonic intelligence. He is a great politician, so he knew how to act according to the time and situation. Asuric determination. Wanted to assure the position of Lord Brahma. He wanted to take the position of Brahma. He wanted to reverse the result of pious and impious acts. He wanted those promoted to the heavenly planets to become unhappy and suffer. He wanted to destroy Brahminical culture and protection of cows. That is the 2 important things. Go Brahmana Hitayacha. That is the purpose of Krishna. But and then he tried to destroy the Go Brahmana culture. And in material world also. So when Britishers came, and so they wanted to destroy the culture of India, Vedic culture, and that if there is no culture, then these people would degrade, and we could rule over to these foolish people. They thought that their culture is higher, but now people are realizing that Sanatan Dharma culture is much more higher, and he performed such a severe austerity. Even Brahma was struck with wonder to see Hiranyakashipu's extraordinary power to execute tapasya. It should be Yukta Vairagya. Yukta Vairagya means anything that pleases Krishna, that should be done, but not that does not please Krishna. And you do it so much just to either show up or to disturb the society, disturb the whole planet. He had so much demonic power. He was always powerful and controlled by demon directions, was dissatisfied because in a state of controlling his senses, he remained servant of his senses. He wanted Prahlad Maharaj to be trained in diplomatic king in ruling the kingdom. Hiranyakashipu wanted to keep Prahlad in mundane attachment. When he saw that Prahlad, his own son, whom he liked in the beginning, devotee of Vishnu, he threw him off his lap and onto the ground and ordered him to be killed. He was perplexed about how his 5-year-old boy could be so fearless that he did not care for the order of his very great and powerful father. But he himself was delivered by Prahlad Maharaj. 21 generations can be delivered if there is one devotee in the family. So I will end here. It's a nice thing that we could reach, and a very important topic. Prahlad Maharaj's prayers are very important, that he prayed to the Supreme God. And so we should always pray to Narsimha to destroy our demonic mentality. And that way we could take shelter of them. Because of the demonic mentality or lusty desire, we do not turn to Krishna. But we could enjoy millions of times more in this spiritual kingdom and by satisfying Krishna's senses, our senses are satisfied. Watering the root of the tree, then naturally all the twigs, branches, fruits, flowers, they get satisfied. So we should understand that the root cause of everything is Krishna, not us. So I will end here. Thank you so much for giving me opportunity to speak. If there is any comments, questions, corrections, please unmute and let us discuss. Sukhakara Krishnadas Prabhuji, you are always there. Okay.
Hare Krishna,
I'm very
Prabhu.
happy.
Hare
Krishna.
Accept the humble ones and lotus feet, Samik Prabhu, you are Prabhupada's disciple. So we are all so happy that the new year you are coming and giving and blessing to us. And today you covered so well all the 10th to complete all the killing with Krishna, everything you told. It was in 1 hour you covered so much. The killing of Krishna, about right from Putana, everything you covered. Uppar se niche tak. It was such a good revision, Prabhuji. Yeah, and you told one point that we should be so much involved in Krishna consciousness activities that the senses should not overpower. But even in Krishna consciousness, many of my people who are from different bhakti vikshas, they say that knowing this is wrong, still we doing wrong. The senses are pulling. What can be done to change? We know the Shastra, we have got Guru initiated, but still it is having a higher taste. How to make this real higher taste bigger than the lusty higher taste?
Very good question, Prabhuji. By associating with devotees, pure devotees, chanting constantly, by Krishna gives you the empowerment. By chanting the one, it is mind that directs us to enjoy senses, to enjoy this lust means so many desires to satisfy our senses. And so devotee association, chanting, reading Bhagavatam, and don't waste your time anytime. Prabhupada says, sit there quietly. Use time properly. So, if your mind, I give you the example of a genie. And when he was free, he would do any job, and he would do it in minutes. And then he will come back to the master. Give me some work. And if he could not give the work, then he would have killed him, the master. The master asked the guru who gave him this lamp, he asked him to make like a big pool, and it will be smooth, and they set him up to climb up and down, up and down. So when we have so much free time, so much food, like we eat food and Rajogun and Tamogun food, yes, all food we eat, so that will make more lusty. So we should the principles brahmacharya and implement in your life, then you could be saved. Okay, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you. Because when you go to the restaurant, you see some amras puri there. You know that you have to make an offer to Krishna and then eat. But the tongue says, no, you need to say Sri Vishnu 3 times and eat. So what can be done? Like, you know that yes, you have to cook, make Krishna should be the first
better
person to
thing
eat
is
and
to
then
cook and if you're on home, because if it is made by even if it's good, whatever that you offer, but it's the best thing to cook at home and prepare. But even if it is very simple, that is more better than some restaurant good food and you offer it to Vishnu and says Sri Vishnu. If it is circumstances does not permit it is and that is different, but better to cook at home and eat that. And devotee's house is far better. The 16th chapter gives so many things about the demonic life, divine and the demonic natures. They talk what is their thoughts. The same thing that they are getting. Okay.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you very much, Samik Rishi Prabhu. Please bless all of us for the new year 2024. All of us get more and more Krishna consciousness, more bhakti.
All could, right, that our bhakti increases day by day and we come more and more closer to Krishna and our only like feeling of our unwanted things in our heart, they get removed with every step, every day that we go by. We become more and more cleaner inside and outside. Inside by chanting and outside by proper behavior.
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Now, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you so much for wonderful class, Prabhuji, and thank you, Prabhu Subkar Krishna Prabhu, for wonderful question, and Prabhuji answer was wonderful. Prabhuji, do you have some time to take questions? I don't know if anybody have anything.
There is something, related to, although I offer, yes, but it's okay. Let somebody ask if there is any.
Yes, sure, Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna devotees, if anybody have any questions or realizations you would like to share, please unmute yourself and go ahead. And there is a comment in the chat room, Prabhuji, Shushmita Mataji, she is praising you, Prabhu, for wonderful class, and she is doing obeisances to you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much for the beautiful class, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Anita Mataji, please go ahead, Mataji. Please unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranams Prabhuji. Very nice class, Prabhuji. You always give a very nice recap of all the Krishna Katha. It's like, according to me, I usually forget it. So whenever you come, it's like a revision for me that you always give. So whatever I forget, you always get it recapped. So very nice class. And Prabhuji, my question is like, in initial stages we have that enthusiasm to do bhakti, right? So but when years pass by, like what happens, that enthusiasm is little bit not like the previous days, not like the initial days. I don't know, Prabhuji has dropped off. Hare Krishna. Let him rejoin, Mataji.
Yeah, sure, Mataji. Yeah, I think Prabhuji joined. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Are you able to hear us, Prabhu? I think you are on mute, Prabhuji.
Mataji, I think Prabhuji has got frozen. Yeah, now it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, you're muted, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you hear now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So you asked me a question that our enthusiasm is much more utsaha is there in the beginning, but later on it diminishes.
Prabhuji, your voice is on and
Your voice is breaking,
Hmm.
Prabhu. Can you switch off the video, Prabhuji?
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Okay. Hare, can you hear us now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
yes,
Can you hear?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
What I'm saying, you should associate with people who are always enthusiastic. Chant and do your practices more in the Brahma Muhurta or early in the morning, and make your schedule in a way that you could conduct your activity, material activity that are necessary, and then rest of the time you should devote in reading, devotee association, Bhagavat association by reading Bhagavatam. That will focus your mind more and more. And eating habits should also be proper. If you eat too much Rajasic bhog, means that in the mode of this good passionate mode, then naturally your mind go for enjoyment. Because tongue, belly, genitals, they are all in the same line. So we should control them. So eating should be proper. Proper means more fruits, milk, etc. But not too many sweets or pungent or tamasic food. So there are many things that are described all over. We have to follow principles of Krishna consciousness.
Hare Krishna. Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Anyone else has any?
Yes, Prabhuji, I have a follow-up question also that for reading, sometimes we sit and read, and sometimes like it was continuous reading at one point, but it's like nowadays I'm not having that much interest in sitting and reading. So, but somehow I grab my mind and I sit to read, but still it's like the mind is always wandering. So I don't know why. So maybe somewhere I'm lacking. Can you help me on that?
Yeah, reading should be like on a proper place, proper chair, proper table, proper lighting, and your mind should not be like, you should turn off your cell phone and don't watch TV or some show or even devotional show, and at the same time reading. It won't be effective. But you could hear through videos or YouTube, but your reading is much more better than just hearing through the YouTube, because there are your senses of eyes, ears, so you, and then tongue, you read little bit, like sometime if you get lazy, then read little loudly, little bit, so you could hear that. That will save you from getting drowsy or dizzy or so there are certain techniques that you should follow, how to read and then understand everything. Read sometime twice if you don't understand, but focus your mind in one place. Vyavasayatmika buddhi eke hi kurunandana. Your intelligence should be focused on what past tense you are reading. And repeat, sometime writing the notes, sometime writing like the important things. That will keep you awake and alert. So don't feel that you are cutting something, underlining. It's highlighting is always good. Okay.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Oh, okay, Madhaji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Ragni Mataji, please go ahead, Mataji, with your question.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhuji, I have like two questions. One question is like, yes, we do read the scriptures and we read the Bhagavad Gita, but Maya is very strong. So sometimes when there is a situation that triggers the anarthas in the mind, then what's the quickest and surest way to like make the mind calm down, like at the spur of the moment, so we don't react to it? Like, what's the quickest way?
Is to praying to the Supreme Lord, Radha, Radha, Krishna, Hare Krishna. So best way to pray to the Lord, follow the footsteps of the Mahajanas who have, there are 12 Mahajanas described in the Srimad Bhagavatam. You follow that way and try to read when other distracting things are not there, like phone, TV, children running here or noises place are very noisy. So early morning hours are good for chanting and reading also. But reading, first thing is chanting, Shravanam, Kirtanam. Like Shravan was done by Parikshit Maharaj. And Kirtan was done by Sukdev Goswami. So we should follow how come that his death was there, but he was not worried about anything. Parikshit Maharaj, within 7 days, he was the king of the whole planet, but he was not concerned about that. Without eating and everything, so you should eat less. I know that everybody has that tendency to eat with full chest up to the neck, then naturally your mind would not be focused. Our blood pressure would go more in the digestion, in the stomach and intestine, 24 feet of small intestines and colon, and so. But better that if you eat less sattvic food only, fruits, vegetables, nuts, the smaller amount of grains, that would help you focus more and stay with some. If you are staying with some devotees who are reading, then that is also good. That one would point out where
Hare Krishna. Thank you everyone for joining. We'll close the call here, Mataji.
I think Prabhu joined back, Mataji.
Okay. Sorry. I was little away from here, so I didn't understand. Okay,
No,
go ahead,
no,
Prabhuji.
no, no.
Please go ahead.
No. I'm back now. Somehow it got muted again and again automatically without my putting anything. So what I was saying, that proper food, proper sadhana, proper chanting, proper association, then your reading and meditation would get more and more better. But you should be very much committed to that. And if you are committed, then naturally that I have to read so many pages, I have to chant so much in the morning hours, wake up early and do it, then chant it, then these things would help you. So it's not a magic thing, but you do in a way that is described in our Shastra, and focus your mind on studying. If you have too many desires, too much, then to manage too many things also becomes disturbance. Okay, Ragini Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu, thank you. Is it okay if I ask another question, or is
Sure. Please go ahead.
it's okay? Okay, like I'm a college going student and I kind of don't have that much of independence to go here and there. I'm not allowed to associate with devotees offline or even make my parents know that I'm connected to ISKCON in any way. So how to like maintain like the Vaishnav etiquettes and qualities and actually be humble when there is no devotee association? Is online enough? Like online, like right now, like on the Zoom call, or maybe listening to lectures on YouTube, is that enough, or what can I do in this situation?
Read Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. You could listen also YouTube, as you said, or Zoom lectures. But chanting, if you chant and pray to the Lord, that whatever situation may be, but prevent from inside meditation. Although your parents do not like, and you cannot do it loudly, anything, but if your mind is focused on Krishna, that I am doing Krishna, please help me. It is for you to please become pleased and make my situation right, so I could understand or I could focus on Krishna. And so if you do it in a way, you are college student, that is good. You are taking interest in Krishna consciousness, that is good. But continue whatever that you are doing, but more focus that you have to please Krishna. I'm not saying that that your parents do not want, I don't know, whatever it is, but if they see your progress and you become a good student also at the same time, then everybody would respect you for your erudition, for your good marks, and at the same time, because devotees always get on the top. Whatever I notice, that if they are devotees, they could focus easily. And the people who are not, the students who are not devotees, their mind is many branched. And so they cannot focus on their studies or Krishna conscious. See, whatever best use of the whatever bargain that you make out of your situation, you use it and use your intelligence, that how you could focus and learn more and more and read Bhagavatam. That is also association. There is book Bhagavat and person Bhagavat. Book Bhagavat is Bhagavatam and person Bhagavat is devotees. So sometimes there are certain clubs or bases or some place that nearby that you could go. Otherwise, just watch on YouTube. The only devotional. Don't watch something which is nothing to do with Krishna consciousness. You have to please Krishna. So if you know the glories of Krishna, his stories more and more, then you will get more focus. What Krishna did next, what I should do, how I could please him. So you do, and then sometime by phone call, you could call to somebody, your friend or me or anyone to ask questions. That is also good. You should not keep your doubts in the mind, but you should reveal it to others. Difficulties come in everybody's life. But you try with your intelligence to remove those difficulties.
Yes, Prabhu, thank you very much. Like, actually, I don't have Bhagavatam. I don't have Bhagavatam at home. My mom put it away. So I have Veda base only. So is that still, like, will that still work? Like, fix it? Will that still be suffice? Will that suffice?
Yeah, it is same thing. Veda base. It is in a which form like that you could read from that Veda base, and the book Bhagavad. That is okay. What can be done? That's all right.
Because I've also heard that, like, when there is wherever there's Bhagavatam, that place becomes like a holy pilgrimage site, you know. So I feel like maybe the book has
But
more.
you have to see that.
Yes.
Yeah, touching the book, seeing the pictures, everything is good. But under the circumstances, you could. What is the other alternative? Is that seeing, use the Veda base to read. Okay.
Yes. Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Google is the Bhagavatam. Prabhuji, Google is the Bhagavatam. Go to the Google, you get Bhagavatam. What is the problem?
Yeah, Veda base, Google, that is also Google will bring it to Veda base. So that's okay. Okay. Okay, Ragini.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
You're welcome. Okay, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you so much for a wonderful question and answer session, Prabhu. Does anybody have any questions you would like to ask to Prabhuji?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Is it okay to ask a question?
Yes, Mataji.
Sure, please go ahead.
Prabhuji, I was reading that we have to pray from the core of our hearts, that we have to chant from our hearts. But could you please explain what that means? From the core of our hearts.
See, whom you love, if you love somebody, then it comes from your heart. So if you know the glories of Krishna, you core of the heart means deepest longing. So we should be long. Laulyam api ekle mulyam. Laulyam means lolupta, like a young boy and girl. How much they long to associate with the boyfriend or the girlfriend. Same thing, feeling that should be transferred to Krishna. Everything that you love, that you honor, that you like to do is focus on Krishna. That is my real well-wisher. He is real, my master. He is real, that I'm his servant. Let me serve him. So core of the heart means from the deepest layers of your heart that you give it to Krishna. You chant with nothing, no mind or enjoyment or anywhere else disturbance. That's a rare thing that could happen after some time, or when you pray, like a man is taking, say a man, Krishna asked Narad Muni to bring a pot of oil from a rough field, but his mind was on the oil, not on chanting or not on thinking of Krishna. But because he did as a instruction for Krishna, from Krishna, or order from Krishna, so even a farmer who is working, but he knows that this would be for Krishna, he is growing food, so his children or family will be able to eat because they are Krishna's devotee. Krishna has given him the charge of that. So everything you relate or focus on Krishna, then you will be able to chant from the core of your heart. Core means the deepest layer, where you love the most. Everybody loves most is their own self and Paramatma. So we should understand that what Paramatma is doing. We are just dead bodies. So never think that we are the body, but we are a spirit soul, part of Krishna, and my only duty is to please Krishna. So when you have all that knowledge of Samandha, Videya, Prayojan, Gyan, and knowledge, then there you will be able to chant with the core of your heart. Should not be sleepy, the food should be proper, so everything, association should be proper. So there are many things to be observed, not just chanting and I am done, but it would happen with but all the rounds may not be with the core of the heart. Even 1 or 2 rounds that you do sincerely, it will please Krishna without any offenses. Like Ajamil, he chanted name of his son, he loved him so much. So it was like from core of heart. Although it was not for Krishna, it was all for his son, but it was still Narayan. And it was coming from the core of his heart, because he was very much afraid of these Yamdutas. And out of desperate situation, he called out to his son, but without any offenses. So that way he could see this Vishnu Dutas immediately. So core of the heart means from the deepest reason, with all sincerity, without any attention. Ekehi, we have a Sayatmika Buddhi, Ekehi Kurunandan. That it should be only to Krishna, not so many demigods, not to think of material accumulation, how I could earn more. There is a time when you need to accumulate money, but for chanting time, you be focused from the core of the heart. Core means that is the deepest reason. Okay?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
You're welcome. Hare Krishna. Any other comments?
I think we are good, Prabhuji. I don't think.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank
Nice
you,
question
Prabhuji.
answers. Thank you. Nice
for a very
giving me
enlightening
opportunity.
class.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you so
Hopefully
much, Prabhuji, for enlightening class,
again
and
soon.
we are very grateful to you, and we look forward for your association, Prabhu. Let us pay obeisances to Prabhuji and all the devotees. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhu
Kripa
evacha
Sindhu Evacha
patitanam
Patitanam
pavanebhyo
Kripa
vaishnavebhyo
Sindhu
Vaishnavebhyo
Evacha
Namo Namaha.
Patashilo Bhagavatam
Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo
Prabhupada ki
Namo
jai.
Namaha.
Samik Rishi
Jai.
Prabhuji ki jai.
Jai.
Oh,
Jai.
Gauranga,
Samik Rishi Prabhuji ki
Nityananda,
jai.
Nityananda,
Jai.
Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda.
Gauranga.
जय जय श्रीनाथ जय
Nityananda.
श्याम सबको मिले वृंदावन धाम
Jai.
गोविंद गिरिराज की
Guru
जय
Krishna Prabhu
Hari
ko mile
Bol. Hari
Vrindavan
Bol.
Dham.
Hare Krishna
Hari
Prabhu.
Bol.
मायापुर
Hari
नवद्वीप
Bol.
धाम के